You filled your tank this morning, didn't think twice, you started the engine, and drove away. But that fuel, the thing that moved you, started as something almost unrecognizable, a thick, black liquid, pulled from miles beneath the earth. It smells, it's toxic, it cannot burn in your engine, not yet. So what happens between the ground and your gas tank? Crude oil is useless on its own. It has to be broken apart, sorted, rebuilt. And the process that does this has quietly shaped every war, every economy, every road ever built. Most people have never thought about it. They should. Humans have known about oil for thousands of years. Ancient civilizations used it as waterproofing, as medicine, as fire, but it wasn't until 1859 in Titusville, Pennsylvania, that Edwin drilled the first commercial oil well. The problem was immediate. Raw crude was messy, inconsistent, hard to use. Then a Polish pharmacist named Ignacy Łukasiewicz figured out how to distill it, how to separate it, how to make it useful. That single idea launched an entire industry. An industry now worth $5 trillion a year. Here's what actually happens inside a refinery. Crude oil arrives as a mixture, hundreds of different molecules, all tangled together. The first step is heat. The crude is pumped into a massive distillation tower, sometimes taller than a 20-story building. Temperature rises. Molecules begin to separate. Think of it like this. Imagine boiling a cocktail made of water, alcohol, and syrup. Each liquid evaporates at a different temperature. Catch each vapor at the right moment, and you have three separate things. Crude oil works the same way. The lightest molecules rise to the top. Those become gasoline, aviation fuel, LPG. The heavier ones sink lower, diesel, heating oil, lubricants. The heaviest residue settles at the bottom. That becomes asphalt, the roads beneath your tires. But distillation is only step one. The molecules that come out aren't always the right shape, so refineries crack them. Literally, a process called catalytic cracking breaks large molecules into smaller, more useful ones. More gasoline, more efficiency, more control. Now zoom out. There are over 700 refineries operating on this planet right now, processing nearly 100 million barrels every single day. The energy required to run them is enormous. The pollution they produce, significant. And then there's the politics. Every major conflict of the last 100 years has had oil somewhere in the story. World War II, the Gulf War, modern sanctions, modern alliances. Control the refinery, and you control the fuel. Control the fuel, and you control everything that moves. Here's what most people don't realize. Crude oil doesn't just become fuel. That same barrel of oil becomes the plastic in your phone case, the aspirin in your medicine cabinet, the fertilizer feeding half the world's crops. Petrochemicals, the byproducts of refining, are inside almost everything you touched today. Your toothbrush, your shoes, the screen you're watching this on. We didn't just build an energy industry on crude oil, we built modern civilization. That black liquid underground is not just fuel, it is clothing, medicine, infrastructure, food supply. Every time a refinery runs, it is quietly assembling the world you live in, molecule by molecule. The question was never how crude oil burns. The question is, what happens when it runs out?